Hello. Today is Wednesday, August 22nd. The time is 10:30 p.m. The temperature today is a high of 29, a low of 22, and a current temperature of 27 degrees Celsius.
And in Fahrenheit, it's a current of 81, a high of 85, and a low of 72.
Earlier today, I couldn't tell if it was sweltering hot or insanely humid because it was like we were both just dripping wet.
With sweat.
Yeah.
The refrigerator probe ran out today, so we had to change the propane and had a heck of a time figuring out the pilot light. And I was just like hunched over there, and my sweat was just dripping down. And I wasn't even doing anything. I was just like hunched over thinking really hard, which takes effort, I suppose. But yeah, it was kind of ridiculous today.
So today, how about them horses?
Oh, you mean the ones we rode today?
Those are the ones!
Riding horses through the jungle. That happened.
It was pretty crazy.
It was amazing. It was really cool.
I realized I've only ever ridden really, like, fancy horses, like English riding style, like...
Trit-trot.
Yeah, trit-trot, like, go to your every command,
yes.
like, lightly tap, and the horse will know where to go because there's, like, perfectly marked trails, and everything is very safe, and you wear a hat and everything. This was not that. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. You have, like, a riding hat.
Okay, like
and
a
it's,
helmet?
like, really hard. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, a helmet.
Yeah,
Okay.
and your stirrups are in, like, a specific position, and, yeah.
It's a little different.
This was
jungle trekking. They had a couple of horses that we rode. One of them was 2 or 3, and the other was, like, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
One of them was a mare, and one of them was a stout stud.
So I got to ride the mare first, and Jen later found out as well that she was very stubborn.
She was indeed. So after Sam and I went, Sam was wonderfully co-riding with Eduardo's son. Eduardo.
Oh, it was really cool.
Yeah, is Frenchie's worker?
Yes.
Yeah. And
he's a worker nearby that offered us
to come see his
horses and his land.
Exactly, and hang out. So we very excited to take up that offer, and so his son helped out Sam, and then
which I was so grateful for because like going up and down like muddy hills with no trails and a horse that's not very
there were trails.
There was a bit of trails.
There were trails. There was like broken branches as trails. And muddy footprints.
Yeah.
Hoofprints. Pretty intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we came back and Frenchie hopped on the stud and I grabbed Sam's mare. And it was just insane. Like we had just done the exact same trail. It was like 20 minutes into the jungle, 20 minutes out or so. And so the 2 muddy, intense walkways or passages, whatever, went smoothly. And then the third one, this mare was like, no, absolutely not happening. So I tried and encouraged and all sorts of stuff, and I was like, you know what, just not worth it. So I turned around. Mind you, it's like this. So here's the creek, like right here, okay? And we're like walking along this trail, cross this one fine, nope, turn around, go back. Same stuff. She pulled the same trick of just like putting her hands or her feet down and just being like, absolutely not. And I was like, yo, mare, we're going home. Like, there's only one way home. And so I was literally in the middle of the jungle. I finally, like, had to get off, and Frenchie was just, like, sitting there laughing at me, and I had just, like, a little, like, come on! Like, and so, move horse. So I finally got off, like, got my feet completely drenched in mud, got my shoe stuck a couple of times. Again, Frenchie's just laughing hysterically, and this horse is like, no, not happening. So finally, after like 3 minutes of that, Frenchie comes down and she's all like sweet and everything, and you know, it's kind of like, Jen, keep yourself together, come on, it's just a horse. And then give her like 2 or 3 minutes of the same business, and Frenchie goes all like wild too. She's just like, come on. And so anyway, all that is to say that Frenchie finally was in the front, like pulling her, and I was in the back, literally pushing her butt. Literally, we had to like get her to lose balance so that she'd take a step. It was ridiculous. Yeah, like again, got back to the barn, sopping wet of just complete.
So we found out
sweat,
that mare was just recently trained by one of Eduardo's sons,
Yeah.
and they have to be like pretty forceful.
Yep.
But I didn't feel as bad afterwards, so thanks for thanks for that. Because at first I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm slapping a bit the whip and getting my heels in, but he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So yeah. But and how did we come to go horseback riding? Or what was our barter for horseback riding?
Oh, it was dank banana bread.
It was
Fresh
pretty good.
made, yes.
I used my grandma's recipe for some banana bread, and we made 2 loaves, one to go horseback riding and one to go to mahjong. And
have to go to mahjong.
Yes, we do really want to go to mahjong, but we ended up going too late horseback riding, so that only meant one thing,
that we could eat the allocated banana bread that we had saved for mahjong.
Yeah.
So. It was the extra oomph we needed for those darn mares.
Yep.
Who gave us such a hard time. So.
And then I went, or when you guys were out on the trail dealing with the stubborn mare, I actually got to have a really awesome conversation with Eduardo just about life here and how locals view the immigrants and what happens with like the land and how the school system works and just really cool, interesting things. So I've been writing like a long piece about that. And while I was doing that, Jen, what did you do? It seems like you're wearing your slacklining shirt.
I am indeed. That can only mean one thing. I went slacklining.
Yeah. Were you all by yourself out there in the jungle?
Well, I was setting up the line, and I heard Tobe, our neighbor, was on the other side of the hill chainsawing some stuff, and his whole family was out there, his wife and 3 kids. And as I'm setting up the slack line, this woman is just standing, looking at me like, what are you doing? And so I smile and wave, and then she like looks away, and she's all embarrassed that like I saw her and everything. But I can only imagine what goes through her head. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what is this woman doing? So it was pretty hysterical. But yeah, I did that until the bugs came and just
kicked you out.
Yeah. But on my way back, I saw some jungle life. I saw a butterfly caught in a spider's web and a spider eating the butterfly from the butt of the butterfly up to the point where it was half eaten and still struggling. And it was just one of those things where I was like, I honestly really wanted to cut it out of the spider web and be like, be free with your half torso. It wouldn't have worked, but it was just like, wow.
Life in the jungle.
Pretty harsh.
Yep.
So,
I saw a crazy spider today while we're talking about spiders. It was completely green, just like our leaf bugs. Is there still one on the floor? No.
The one that was dying?
Yeah.
Slowly?
I saw like a green spider, like completely green. Like all of it was as green as a leaf, so it could camouflage completely. It was amazing. It was really cool. I wanted my camera to take a photo. I also made some rice pudding today. I saw this message or this like image on Facebook today, and it's a Spanish grandmother in the kitchen, and there's like a bubble of someone coming in to the kitchen being like, Abuela, I only want one meatball. I'm not hungry. And the abuela is holding this massive meatball that's as big as she is, and it's like, okay, no worries, I'll give you just one meatball. And anyone that has a Spanish grandmother knows that that's exactly how you get fed. There's been so many times.
Food means love.
What?
Food means love.
Food means love, totally. And you're like, I'm not hungry. And she's like, oh, that means you just want one bowl of soup that's spilling out. It's like, okay, yeah, I guess that's what I meant. But she makes a wonderful rice pudding. So I made rice pudding today because I was just reminded of my Spanish home. Needed some of that. I've been feeling a bit homesick the past couple days.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I awoke from a dream that was very vivid and very homey back in the States, and I think I just kind of woke up with a little to put it in Jelly's words.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So family out there, we are feeling you for sure.
Miss you lots.
I do. So, all right. So sweet dreams.
See you soon.
And
Ish.
jungle love.
Jungle love. It's not stopping.